Welcome to the last segment of the news review. Today we are looking at what is in the papers, and what is predominantly in the dailies is the aspirations by different people in the society for various political positions. Now in this segment where we look at the ballot agenda, 178 days before we get to the polls, just about 4 days before voter registration is closed. I am with Susan Kihika, Speaker Nakuru County, who is aspiring to be Senator. I'm also with Sami Rua, Speaker Kwale County, who is aspiring to be Governor Kwale. And Githinji, Speaker Kirinyaga County, is aspiring to be Woman Representative. Yes. And Albert Kochei, Speaker Elgeyo Marakwet, is aspiring to be Member of Parliament. Albert, why move from the Speaker's position to MP's position?
One, I really want to appreciate the underlying discussion why we're here. Is county assemblies becoming a grooming
ground for the next crop of leaders?
Absolutely, at the national. And I will say a big yes. One, looking at the history of Kenya, this is the first time that we are having devolution. And through devolution, we are the pioneering leaders at the counties. We are the pioneering governors. We've never had a governor in this country. We've never had members of county assembly other than the councillors. We've never had speakers at the county assembly other than the one for the national. And I think looking at that for the last 5 years, experience that we've had at the counties, the challenges that we've been able to go through, it has made majority of the county leaders prepared for the next move. I am a speaker of a county assembly. I've never been one. And so it was expected of me, being a pioneering speaker, to be able to do what we would call laying the basic foundational structures. And I'm happy. I do not regret being the speaker of Elgeyo Marakwet, because I know the kind of structures that we've been able to lay, the foundation that has been able to establish. Actually, any speaker now coming to Elgeyo Marakwet will be able to find a platform that has already been established. And
so if you're doing such a good job, why?
Secondly, we come from a culture whereby if you're taking a bath, you don't dry in the same place. Okay? So once you are done, you definitely go and wipe yourself and you move. Absolutely. That's what we do in the village. And I believe, and the reason what is driving me to run for the Member of Parliament is three. One, being the speaker of a political environment, it is expected of me that I've been able to learn the ropes. I've been able to understand what it takes to be a politician, what it takes to be a leader, what it takes to be able to handle the parliamentary system, what does it take to be considered to be the best legislature. And we have seen it. I have 30 members of County Assembly, and I can be able to rank the best performing MCA all the way to the least performing MCA. And it has given us the opportunity that we will not be able to go through the basic, what you call the training for the standing orders, the training on how to debate, and that is one of the greatest challenges for the 290 members of Parliament. Thirdly, one of the challenges that we have at the National Assembly right now is where the leaders are quiet when they're expected to speak on the issues of national interest. And I think that is one of the things that is motivating me to be able to take my leadership and my knowledge to the higher level.
So you think the current crop of leadership in the Assembly and National Assembly are not doing what they should do, and that's why you want to
absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, what I would say on the national television is Kenyans to watch the next from 9th of August. Look at the kind of leaders that we are going to be having. There is a likelihood that there is going to be a significant improvement in the performance, because already we are not going to be on a training ground. We have already been tested. We have already gone through a lot of this. And I believe Kenya can only become better because of the grooming that has gone on in the county assembly.
Sami Rua, Speaker Kwale County Assembly. While Albert is not satisfied with the performance of the National Assembly, what is your reason for gunning for the gubernatorial position?
First, at the county level, there are three most influential positions. That is the position of governor, the position of deputy governor, and that of the speaker. These three actually set the agenda for the county. Now, for the past 4 years, I've been involved in setting that agenda, but I've been setting the legislative agenda through the assembly. And there are many things which I have a passion for that are supposed to be done by a governor, the office of the governor. And some of them we've been able to push for, and they have been done. And I will not say I did them. It is the office of the governor. But there is also a disconnect that would require that the person who sits as governor of Kwale should have the right vision for Kwale. I have that vision and the passion, and I think for Kwale to change significantly, it would take people like me to offer themselves. I'm not a politician, I'm an administrator. I just joined politics because I was actually asked to come into the leadership.
So how are you going to manage a political stroke administrative position if you are not a politician? No,
I'm saying by nature I was not a politician, but for the past 4 years
you have now
I've done politics. You've never heard of any chaos in Kwale.
So we'll hear you throwing barbs across
in the campaign, or
in the campaign
once I'm elected?
No, in the campaign.
In the campaigns, of course, I have to talk like a politician.
And how do politicians talk?
You have to excite people, you have to make promises.
Tell them lies.
No. One of the things I do not do, I'm a born-again Christian. One of the things I do not do is tell lies. And probably some people have a problem with that. When I go to campaigns, they say, "Ungedanganya kidogo," but I am not that kind of person. I have a vision for Kwale, I have a passion to see Kwale transformed, and that is what I'm offering.
So if Kwale people gave you the chance to be their governor, what are the two main promises that you're giving them?
First, service delivery will be done according to law, strictly according to law. Fairness, equity, and involvement of everyone, value for money. The law has to be followed strictly. Number two, I want to attract serious investment into Kwale. I think the counties are losing an opportunity. They have concentrated on service delivery, neglecting building a good environment for economic development. I think the economy of Kenya will be transformed at the counties.
So are you saying
Nairobi?
Are you saying Kwale is lacking that aspect of rule of law, things done according to law?
I'm not satisfied with the way service delivery is given. The law is not being respected 100%.
And you're the overseer of the law in Kwale.
As I said, the agenda of the assembly is to make laws and oversight. As I said, oversight is not an exclusive function of the assembly.
Not policing.
Yes, it's not policing. Some other bodies have to be involved before the assembly comes on board. So if the office of the Auditor General does not point out that there is no value for money in this project, the assembly would definitely not have the basis to...
But I thought county assemblies have the parliament, their accounts committees, the implementation committees.
The accounts committees, they look into reports of the Auditor General, and then they make proposals. You don't just follow a governor into his office and then...
Don't witch hunt.
No.
Let's hear from the ladies, and I'll start with you, Anne. Why woman representative? A position otherwise said to be very colorless.
Maybe, I don't know where that is advised from, but from my perspective, I've served as a speaker, yes, 4 years now, maintained peace and order, laid the necessary structure for any other speaker to put everything in place very comfortably. So we have to move on. Looking at the current situation as it is, there is a lot that a woman rep need to do in Kirinyaga. And I have the ability, I have the know-how, I have the necessary legal knowledge and experience. What does that entail? This entails, number one, debating in Parliament. We want to bring rich debate for Kirinyaga people so that what they want is delivered. We have to go to Parliament. Nairobi, the way I know it, and I've said, and I both have been here long enough as a lawyer, is you have to know those offices, you have to know those people, you have to reach those donors, you have to draw proposals and defend them. Without that, you'll find yourself buying even the wheelchair. Everything is purchased with very mega billions that reach us. We get barely 4 billion. And that takes care of operations, recurrent salaries. So projects are left with $1 billion also. So as a woman rep, you have to come and mitigate. Reach those donors. Go to the village. Reach the people. Look at our elderly. I've been a speaker. I've not seen any matrix. I've not seen any data. Ask me today how many PWDs are in that county. We only know those who are able to reach our offices. There are so many in the homes.
And what stops you from going out and getting this information?
Because I'm not a woman rep. I'm only doing oversight and registration. Everybody is allocated their duties. You have to look at the elderly. What are their challenges? Do the matrix, do the data. See how to assist them. And not necessarily from the county government coffer. Go out and look for donations. There is also the issue of mentorship with our youth. Very critical. Ensuring that they are advised how they can group and reach the resources with the county government.
So, Anne, are you saying you need to be given this position to know what their problems really are?
I need not to know. As a speaker, you know everything about the 20 wards. What I need to do now is to provide the solution and implement. And that one, it's a quick fix for me. I have the ability, I have the capacity, and I'll serve them better in that capacity.
Have you shown signs of providing solutions to these problems as a leader?
I've tried to provide solutions. I can boast of mega projects that I've been able to reach a donor, but I've found that I'm challenged with time. Because anytime I come to Nairobi, I'm supposed to be resident and serving my assembly. I'll be conducting somebody else's business.
How
by the
so?
time I negotiate with by the time I'm given the next appointment, I have to learn to my assembly and conduct a motion or a bill. So I find myself being disconnected. And that's why I've said now I've laid enough structure, I have enough lawyers, will help any speaker who comes there, and then I go and serve the people of Kirinyaga better.
But you've just told us a short while ago that you've been resident of Nairobi for 15 years. How do you understand the goings-on in Kirinyaga?
The goings-on in Kirinyaga, and are advised by the fact that I've studied there. I came to Nairobi. I went back for 4 years. I stayed in that residence for 4 years. I reach those people passionately. I mingle very well with them. I play tournaments with the youth. So what I'm telling you is that I understand all their problems and I'm the solution. I know how to solve them. And for me, it's a quick fix for them.
So you are staying in Nairobi does not stop you?
My staying in Nairobi as a lawyer and reaching those offices and knowing those offices will add value in the sense that I'll be able to discuss with those officers and I'll take so much support to my people.
Fair enough. Susan,
yes.
It's your turn.
Yes.
Why senator? The house of the olds, as they say.
Actually, that's unfortunate, but that's what the population seems to think. However, I think the senator is a very important function in the new dispensation because the roles of a senator will be, taking care of the interest of my county at the national level, but also participating in the revenue allocation for my county as well as other counties. And in addition to that, following that back down there with oversight. And having been a speaker for the last 4 years in Nakuru County, I feel that I have set up the county assembly. It's one of the best performing county assemblies in the country. According to a lot of surveys. Yes, really, there is. They're out there.
Surveys could be in the streets of Nakuru.
No. Those are legitimate. Those are legitimate. We've been, I have been helping the MCAs understand their functions, which really are those of a senator, but at the national level. In as far as coming up and making laws, as far as representation, as far as oversight. So I feel that the Senate is a natural progression for me career-wise Because as a speaker, I have been able to do all that, and it's now stable. The next person can come in and seamlessly take over. But at the same time, I can become a better and bigger asset for my county at the national level, because I feel that we need stronger senators who understand their roles. Absolutely. So that we do not have people like you saying that it's nyumba ya wazee.
I actually didn't say really.
Oh, you had it out there.
Put it on
of course. Okay, okay. So I think it would be such an added, such a value addition to my county, because I have the experience, the background from being a speaker of the county, in being able to now put Nakuru County on the map, fight for the interests of Nakuru County at the national level, but also as a person who completely understands oversight at the county level, since I've been doing that as a county speaker.
It's quite surprising that unlike National Assembly, gubernatorial position, National Assembly, people are moving away from the Senate to these other positions, yet you're moving away from this other position to the Senate.
Because
what do you know that people don't know?
I never make my decisions based on what other people want to do. I believe the Senate has a very important function in as far as making sure that the county operates properly. Now, there may be senators who went there, or people who went into the Senate, maybe thinking that it will be something else. So I don't go in there blindly. I know exactly what the roles of a senator are, and I feel that I'm best suited at this point in my career to be a senator. Now, you may have other senators moving over to the gubernatorial seats and all that, but I think that's the nature of life. Different people, different passions, different objectives. Mine right now is to passionately represent Nakuru County at the national level. Well
said. If you're just joining us, this is the ballot agenda segment of the news review part in our Power Breakfast show. I am with Albert Kochei, Speaker Elgeyo Marakwet, who wants to be a member of parliament. Anne Githinji, who is the current speaker, Kirinyaga County, and she says she wants to serve the people as their woman representative. Sami Rua here is the speaker, Kwale County, and he says he wants to be governor because he wants better delivery of service and optimum adherence to the law. And of course, Susan Kihika, Speaker, Nakuru County, who wants to be senator. She's moving against the tide where most people are going. But ladies and gentlemen, is there an underlying factor? Isn't there a money aspect to this? Aren't you people just going for more glorious seats? Isn't this what you're not telling us? Sammy, isn't this what you're not telling us? That you just want the flag? I'll come to you. Each of you will get a chance. Let's start with Sammy.
Okay. Thank you very much. First of all, we already have the flag. As a speaker, you should know that we are number 3 in the hierarchy of the council.
So you want to go to number 1?
Yes, of course.
More money.
Any Kenyan worth his salt would want to grow. Even SRC has been fighting with the public servants because they want to grow. Everyone wants to grow. However, over and above the growth, the personal growth, we also want our counties to grow. The first governors were elected because of euphoria and all that.
So you agree there is the personal aspect to it?
Of course.
Well said.
I will not relinquish my salary there.
Thank you very much for being honest. I truly believe that you are Christian.
I want to sincerely say I don't know. I am not very clear on the figures. My connection point is that I really love good governance. I really know my capacities, and I know how to touch my people and where and how best I can deliver service to them. I think for me that is the passion driven. After observing them and after knowing how I can fix these problems, I've decided that is where the gap is that can help Kirinyaga people. Absolutely, that is my drive.
So it's got absolutely nothing to do with your personal ambitions?
Not money ambition. Not money ambition.
Personal growth?
It is about service delivery. Delivery growth.
Thank you. Susan?
As for me,
he was honest enough to say he can't distinguish himself as a person from his ambitions for the people.
No, I think for sure it has to also do with personal ambition for me, because I believe we should want to have ambitious leaders as well, because I think the problem comes in, and that's why I keep hearing the nyumba ya wazee thing, is because you're sending people there who may be at the tail end of their careers, and so they just go there and sit there and get their salaries. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I have looked at my strengths, I have looked at my experience, I have looked at my background, and I believe the best fit for me would be as a senator for the county of Nakuru.
Thank you very much. Albert.
I think from the County Assembly's platform, I wish to mention that in 47 counties, we have 5 speakers that are running for position of Senate. We have 2 speakers that are running for the position of governors. Out of 47 speakers, we have 24 speakers who are running for elected positions.
For
24. So out of 47, half of the speakers have been groomed enough to be able to transition to the next level. Now, majority of the nominated members of County Assembly, majority of them are going for the women representative. So that answers your question. Is County Assembly becoming a grooming ground for the national? And the answer I will say is yes. Secondly, one of the things that is motivating me to transition to the National Assembly, we have history of the performance of William Samoei Ruto when he was in Parliament, Isaac Ruto when he was in Parliament, people like Professor Kamar, people like JJ, the late Kamoda, people like Orengo, where their debate and the engagement in the National Assembly was cutting across in terms of being vocal, in terms of being championing the interests of the Kenyans. And that is my passion. I am seated here today and tell my people that being in Parliament should not be silenced. We have a lot of issues, and I come from agricultural counties. We've had our farmers, and unless they go for demonstration, prices for maize will not be changed. We've had the other day, our county, Elgeyo Marakwet, Nandi and Uasin Gishu is athletic counties. But we've never had a member of parliament from those regions addressing the issues of athletics.
So you have this burning ambition to...
Thirdly, we have had issues of title deeds. In Keyo South, there are quite a number of... I have a lot of squatters, so people are living and they don't have title deeds. We have Talo. We have issues to do with Flospa Mining Company. And these are some of the things that I feel that as a member of parliament, you should not go to parliament and remain quiet.
Well said.
Quiet. Because I believe that is what the core of representation is, championing the interests of the people. And I believe that you can imagine if 24 members of speakers are transitioning to the next level. One is there is going to be enhanced teamwork. Secondly, some of these members I know, they are, when they take up the committee, like committee of finance, committee of budget, with the experience that we've had in county assembly, Kenyans can only expect what we call the best. And I want to believe that, again, even my friends who are going for governors, they have good lessons. I mean, they have a comparative analysis of their performance in the county assembly. So Kenya can only become better with this new group of leaders that are transitioning from the county assemblies all the way to the national.
The ballot agenda we were asking is the local county leadership, the county assemblies, the grooming ground for the next crop of national leaders. You have your answers from the responses we have got from my panelists here. Having taken the floor immediately is Albert Kochei, Speaker Elgeyo Marakwet, who is aspiring to be Member of Parliament for Keyo South, and Githinji, who is the Speaker Kirinyaga County, is aspiring to be Woman Representative Kirinyaga. Sami Rua, Speaker Kwale County, is aspiring to be Governor Kwale, and of course Susan Kihika, who is the Nakuru County Assembly Speaker, who is aspiring to be Senator Nakuru County. It was a pleasure. Actually, I just want to leave you people with one parting shot. These positions can only come to you if people register as voters and ultimately turn out and vote. We still have 4 days. You need to encourage them. 4 days is a shorter time than once a